Hey Static, hey MH, hey everybody, how are we today? Hopefully you all are, no, wrong button. Hopefully you all are doing well. I've been, I don't know, more of the same really. I've been good for the most part. Had some really crappy weather here lately. But everything seems to be cooling down, so. Well, maybe cooling down in a more literal sense. I don't know. Oh, wacky weather. What can I tell you? Hey, MH. Hey, Soldies. Another build stream. Yes. Speaking of, I've got some room right here. But what shape to make it? That is an interesting question. Hey, Exotic Bunny. Hey, Void Shadow. How are you four? The four of you in here, I mean. Hopefully you all are doing fine. I know I am. I kind of want it to be a sort of mixture between something like this and something like this. But I'm not 100% certain. Wow, that is just so majestic looking out in the distance and just seeing that all floating there. There's just something about just gazing out into the void and seeing that emerge from the darkness. Really hard to say quite. Oh, I know. Let's see here. Champs-Élysées. I kind of want to do a similar build style to the Arc de Triomphe as seen at the Champs-Élysées. I think that's what I'll do here, because this is something of a road of sorts. But do I want it to be right here or not? Because like an Arc de Triomphe has to be visible, you know what I mean? Like it takes up real estate on the skyline, as it were. You can't avoid looking at it. It's obviously super in your face, you know what I mean? How about over here? Oh yeah, I could do a really big one over here, stretching from like this segment all the way to that segment over there. Yeah, going in this direction. Oh, that would be perfect. And have it maybe be three-legged instead of two legs, like the regular Arc de Triomphe. I don't know. Something like that. Hey, Pancho Hamster. Thank you again, man, for another donation. What has gotten into you lately? 18. No, that's not big enough. Gotta make it like 30. But I do appreciate it, though, man. Can I show the progress of the city at the end? Oh, yeah. I always do. Well, I don't always. It's true. That's a good point, Bunny. I should, but I know I did last time. So I'll keep doing that. Just because there's a lot that's probably changed since you last saw it. I don't need this here. So, yeah, I will definitely do a good sort of summation of everything that's been built thus far. You don't gotta worry. 30. Okay, cool. Now then, we got a little footprint here. How many blocks do I care to make this? If it's divisible by 30, I think that'd be best. But seriously though, thank you, Poncho Hamster. I don't know if I've made it clear enough that I'm actually very, very happy and grateful people want to donate to me. I don't fully understand what they see in me that they would want to, but I'm very happy that anyone cares at all. So thank you so much, Poncho Hamster. Seriously, man. 190. No, it would be 180. 180 is divisible by 30. Right there. Okay, so 180. So from there to there is 180 blocks. So if I divide this up into multiple segments of 30... Although actually, if I keep going this direction, I'm going to run into these two objects, and I don't want to do that. So let's move this bad boy over a bit. We can still do that because we're in the planning stages. I love these Irish, sort of Celtic feels to some of these pieces. I tell you, Dova Syndrome's got some amazing stuff on it. Here we go. Oh, yes. Okay. That lantern post is fine where it is, but I don't have Optifine Zoom, so I'm trying to press the button and it's not working because I'm an idiot. But I'm trying to see if that will run into that beacon array there, and it doesn't look like it will. Doesn't look like it'll run into anything else, honestly. Okay, good, good. And then put that in like so. And I'll see how many in total I can squeeze in between here and there. I'm not quite sure which ones will be legs quite yet. But it'll definitely be one of these. The outermost ones especially. Okay. So this will be a leg, this won't, this will, that won't. Oh, I gave it an odd number, or yeah, an even number. Okay. Well, what I can do is fit one in the middle. Yeah, somewhere in the middle should be fine, because if that's 30, so that would be, what, 15 on each? So just from there to about here. Right here. Yeah, that should work. And then I'll turn all these into air so as to make them passable. Because, you know, as a sort of Arc de Triomphe, you know, you got to have an internal passable area, or an area you can walk through, basically. Something like that. There we go. And then it's got a third leg, just like I wanted. Alright. Hey, All Smudge, how are you? And then I'm going to stack each one of these on top of the other, just to kind of fill it out a little bit more. I'm not quite sure how large this first segment will go. Let's see now. We've only got about 70 blocks. So let's go 29. And then I can build sort of, yeah, that's 30. And then I can build like this. Whoa. Around it. Hey, Quasi-Stellar Haitians. Hey, Yellow Sign. Welcome, welcome. You all have, some of you have been here before, some of you haven't. I'm happy to see faces I recognize. I really am. Anyway, I can do something like this. Make this only maybe 20. So that'd be what, 19? Yeah, perfect. And then from here to here. Oh, there's way more room than I thought. Uh, 29 that way. Perfecto. I may just make one leg and then copy it over. Oh yeah, also this thing's gotta have a roof. 29. Oh shit. Never mind, I don't actually have 30 blocks of clearance. I thought I did. Yeah, that's 30 blocks. Well, what I could do, since I have way more clearance beyond the glass, I can do it like that, and then put a roof on top of that, so it seems like this thing is going even beyond the glass, I guess? That'd be a little funky, but I think it could work. Yeah, that would definitely be fine. The creative process can be so, I don't know, fly by the seat of your pants. That's kind of my, even though I do plan a little, but like, I very much just kind of fly by the seat of my pants on some things. 29 again. Hey Andrew, welcome back. And then stack 100. Okay, so roughly... Okay, so I've got 35 blocks of clearance above it. So I think... 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. 5 blocks will be the roof. And this will just be another black segment here. I think that'll look good. What you guys thinking? 29. Yeah, that should get it. This reminds me a lot of for those of you who have never heard of or seen the back rooms, I can't really help you on that one. You're just going to have to Google what that is. But there are a bunch of really high-quality Blender, yes, Blender, the free 3D program Blender, animations, and they've made them on the subject of the backrooms, and a bunch of various artists have created some really great shit. Really high-tier, like, spooky level stuff. And this just like reminds me so much of seeing some of their processes of how they make stuff in Blender. Obviously they don't do it in Minecraft, but you get the idea, like how they take and manipulate planes. Well, they call them planes in Blender. And I just sat down and watched one of these videos. It was about an hour long, and it's this dude just like, he goes from the plain Jane gray on gray of the Blender normal background and stuff, and he just progressively turns it from that to something just straight up like otherworldly over the course of about an hour. And it just kind of like, there were a lot of similarities to my own process, I found. It's actually really kind of amazing how you can take a segment and then like manipulate it on top of itself, a lot like how I do. I wonder if the World Edit devs took any inspiration from things like that. Because like it reminds me so much of how some of this stuff works. It's really something. Hey, Animo. Universon did an animation in Blender. Yes, he did, but that was in Minecraft. On a Minecraft subject, I mean. He made a sinking ship. I believe it was the Titanic. Or it was inspired by the Titanic. Something like that. And yeah, like, that was definitely something else. So that would be 179. So that should get me a sheet that runs across. Oh, so close. It's got to be 180. All right. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna do, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna do a straight slope. Well, straight, you know what I mean. It's just gonna be a slope that goes along the underside. It's gonna be a I don't even know what shape that's called, honestly. It's a lot like a rhombus, but in 4 or 3 dimensions. I don't know if that has a name. Basically, it's going to be a truncated, inverted pyramid. Kind of. That's the shape I'm going for. Stacker on. Oh, fuck. Okay. And then basically we just continue this outward like so. Oh, we're at the limit already. Okay, cool. And then actually, I think I'm gonna buck the trend and not do the standard. It's very hard to see. I don't have an immediate example. Like that roof right there. I wish I could zoom in on it. How it's obsidian with sea lanterns inset into it. Might do something like that, and then stack it 180. Oh yeah, although unfortunately that does interfere with that. I'll just have to go down and fix that here in a sec. Okay. Yeah, that's a sort of inverted pyramid shape. I don't know how to put it basically, but you get the idea. That, stack it 30 blocks that way. Perfect. And then I'll just fill all this in with quartz. I don't need to do anything fancy. Bam. Perfect. Oh, hey, VGN Squad. I didn't see you there. I'm doing great. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. From here. Bam. Bada bing. Baba booey. Hey, Capacity. Hey, Heaven. Hope you all are doing well. We'll just stack this once. Oh no, I feel a sneeze coming on. There we go. As long as I can control it, I will never sneeze directly into the mic or on stream or any of that. Some people get off on people sneezing for some strange reason. And I have no idea why. But that's a thing that people like, apparently. I'm not doing it. Especially as loud and as painful as my sneezes are. I don't want to inflict that on anyone else. Actually, 31. Okay. All right. You know, the ceiling, or the roof thing, honestly, it didn't take that much time. Now, before anyone says anything, I'm aware there are supposed to be arches here. I just don't quite know how I want to do that. But I mean, just looking at it already, like, it already towers over the disc. It literally goes to the build height. Like when a person is walking down on the road down there, you're gonna... This thing hogs the skyline, so you will definitely notice it. I'm actually thinking of moving it out a bit on the edges. I don't know. Does this world cause me PC issues? Lately, I have actually been having some PC issues. My computer's randomly shut itself off. I think that has more to do with Firefox than it has to actually Minecraft. Though I have noticed that if I have some programs open for long enough, it will hurt my Minecraft performance. But as long as I have enough memory allocated, and I have about 4 gigs of RAM allocated, as long as I do that, I find it runs okay. Actually, I should probably... Oh, fuck. Ooh. This is supposed to be moved to 2. Get over there. I love just snapping my fingers and making blocks jump into place. God, that's so convenient. But yes, I have had computer issues in the past, though, for different reasons. Okay, so 15 on that end. Now, I like that a lot better. I like it having sort of a hanging lip to it, instead of it just being on the edge there. Heard that put your index finger against your nose, it will cancel the sneeze. That's very, very, very not true. I'm sorry, Quasi-Stellar. It just... Whoever told you that will lie. They either didn't understand or they were lying. I don't know which. That is not how sneezes work. Okay, so from there to down here. You sneeze because you get dust trapped in your sinuses. And that's your body's way of getting rid of dust and other, small hair and things of that nature that have lodged themselves in places they shouldn't be. So the whole you're sneezing because someone's talking about you, or you're sneezing because you're sick, or you're sneezing because something good will happen, or whatever wives' tale you care to believe, it's not true. You're sneezing because your body is getting rid of dust that has gotten trapped in your sinuses. Dust or animal dander, pollen, stuff of that nature. That's generally how that happens. And there's a bunch of ambient, aggravation, aggravants? I don't think that's the right word, but you get the idea. There's a bunch of stuff that exists in the environment that just is that bad. Woo. And even if you keep your house pretty clean, you will still have stuff like that pop up every now and then. It's an unavoidable reflex of the body. You just have to deal with it. So if pushing your tongue against the roof of your mouth stops a brain freeze. Yes, that is true. That is because you're interfering with a nerve or something. That nerve is what's responsible for you getting brain freeze in the first place. It's like an adverse reaction to the cold or something. And so, yeah, that has a grain of truth to it, because what you're doing is you're either redirecting or you're stopping that impulse, one of the two. I couldn't tell you which. I've never researched how it exactly works, but I've figured that out before. That if you just push your tongue against the roof of your mouth, you will affect brain freeze. I'm not entirely certain how it works, but yeah, I have had that experience exactly. It's weird, but it works. Uh-oh. I'll rip those axolotls. I don't normally like to kill them, but it got in the way. It's not my fault. I've got to repair these column things now. Oh my god, let me tell you about these things. Holy shit. It just suddenly occurred to me. These things took like 6 months to fill in. I had so much glass that I duplicated on 2B2T. This is when I initially... Get out of the way. This is when I initially made all of these glass things. I was under the impression that we were going to have the water mechanics for 1.13 and stuff like that. And so I was making all of these, and it was so time-consuming to walk around, because you couldn't swim back then. You had to walk. Even though you could walk with Depth Strider, walking was still a pain. And it was just very inconvenient. I'm really sad Space Valkyrie didn't get to live to see 1.18 or 1.13 or any of the latter update we would have gotten. Just because, like, it would have been really cool to be able to build this place like I'd initially planned. But, well, what can you do? Oh, Oh, right, duh, this is an every other kind of thing. Actually, what if I put it every 2? Should probably do that. 2, fuck. 2, 2, oh shit. Maybe every 3? I might have, because I have an even number, I might have it not work out. So every 4. Let's try every 4. Oh, shit. Okay, so we're just going to have to do going from one edge, meet in the middle, and go from another edge. Because every 4 meets up here. And I don't want it to meet up on that lip. Because instead of like someone saying bad things, this is a physical action, or would your body just override the brain at that point? I'm not entirely certain. Not 100% certain what you're referring to with that last statement. 5, 1, 2, 5, bam. Shit. Maybe every 6? 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Oh. Okay, cool. 3, 3, 3, bam. That just about works. Well, I say just about. Yeah, that's not gonna... It's not gonna behave. Okay, so we can definitely do 2 on the edge. Maybe every 3. Until it meets in the middle. There we go. And then we got 4 in the middle. Yeah, it could work. Why not? You refuse to believe that rubbing an ice cube against the webbing of your fingers between you stops toothaches. Where did you even hear that? I've never heard of that. I refuse to believe that too, because like that sounds like just plain bullshit. I don't know. That's such an oddly specific thing to claim. Whether the nose thing could be a placebo effect. Ah. It could be a placebo effect. Maybe, but I don't know. With placebo effect, that's such a hard effect to predict. I don't think they can 100% even really define what the placebo effect is. They can kind of take a stab at it, but it isn't so simple. Oh, shit. There we go. Ooh, they just barely don't touch. I love it. Makes it seem a little bit more decorative. I like that. That is bitchin'. And then I'll put some sort of carving in the center here. Only knowledge you have is AP BIOS. You don't know much. Ah, okay. You heard it from a controversial YouTuber known as Only Jayus. Interesting. Well, if he's controversial, I'd be careful listening to or believing anything he says. Just because you really never know with some people what kind of information you're getting your hands on. Oh, fuck. Some people seem to, like, they enjoy pushing people's buttons, I guess, if that makes sense. They want to, like, see how much misinformation they can put out there, just to see when and where someone will call them out. Or even if at all. Compulsive liars, I guess. Sweet. Hard to say with some people. But yes, only JS literally reads stuff off Google and pulls up TikTok and speaks the bull. Yeah, sounds about right. Be careful what information you get. Hey, Universin. Be careful what sources you get it from, I mean. How are you, Universin? Okay. I like that. And then maybe... Let's see now, is this 2 blocks? Yeah, it's 2 blocks wide. Oh! I can do it every 3. Or every other block, I mean. Just like this. I enjoy using beacons as windows. They look so cool. You can't really see out them as windows, but they're cool enough. I've used beacons as windows on so many things. I kind of stopped doing it there for a bit. Hey, Benjamin Cooper, you been going bankrupt? Love is great. Love being a jobless high schooler. This is your first time here. Hey, Benjamin Cooper, welcome. I'm sorry you're a bankrupt, jobless high school person in the midst of romance. I mean, if that's something you want people to feel sorry about you for, I'm really not sure. Well, damn, yeah, I hope things get better for you, man. Like, what, do I even dare ask what brought you to your circumstances? Is it a tale worth recounting? I'm kind of silly. You meant life. Oh. Oh, that's so good. Tea. Anyway, now come to think of it, you were also told that the desire for sugar is an evolutionary trait, which early Homo sapiens needed fruit, which were all filled with sugar, yeah, because they needed essential vitamins, right. A lot of the early essential vitamins, you know, vitamin C, your, I don't know, there's just so many plant-based compounds, like, most of them are considered vitamins, you know, vitamins A, B, C, D, and so on, C, B, B1, B2, B12, B7, B6, and so on. Like, a lot of these you can't get through normal diet. I mean, you kind of can now. But we fortify a lot of our food products these days, like bread. Bread is fortified with so much stuff. Cereal and milk. Like, these are all very, very nutritional things now. But back when they were hard made by human hands, it really wasn't the case. And so, yeah, evolutionarily, you needed some sort of a trait or an impetus to make to make any animal really eat that thing to get that nutrient. There had to be an association there. And if there was no such association, then you wouldn't have, well, our ancestors wouldn't have survived, first of all. But, tasty things and sweet things and other things like that are a really good way to get an animal, because we were animals still back then. It's a good way to get an animal to perform a habit is tasty or savory food. Ooh, I like that a lot. That looks pretty. Pretty fucking baller. Diabetes speedrun, eat 9 pounds of corn syrup. God damn, 9 pounds. Why on earth would you even want to, let alone eat that much? Oh my god, 9 pounds of corn syrup. That just, like... What even? That's just so strange. Oh, hey, Free. How you been? Hadn't seen you in a while. If you want diabetes, you just destroy your pancreas. Well, yeah, that is a thing you can do, most certainly. But I think eating that much corn syrup is just an incredibly easy way to achieve that very same result, basically. Oh wait, I just realized something. No, I'm stupid. Undo. Let's go right here. It's got this lip down here. I can go ahead and get rid of that. And then replace quartz with air. Ooh. There we go. That should do it. All right, that looks amazing. I love making large-scale things and then having their designs and patterns sort of like come to life slowly before my eyes. It's really, like, fulfilling to see it. The average MMA fighter has full force punch you in the pancreas. God. Why? No, don't do that. You still watch my VODs. Okay. Ah. Well, I'm glad you're around still. I like it when people who do at least still watch me will pop in to say hi every so often. That at least makes me feel like I'm loved to a degree. Okay, now for the archways. Guess make that out of obsidian. So this is 30 by 30 by 30. Oh, I know. I'm gonna take a a page out of Exotic Bunny's playbook for this one. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Sorta, kinda. I'm gonna put my own twist on it, obviously, but. You'll see. You burst your mother's pancreas when you were in her womb. Oh, man. Yowza. I take it was reversible damage. Deep fry 5-pound stick of butter. No, it'd take way more than that, Universal. Let's stack this 5 blocks. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll go in. Oh, that's 4. That's 3. Shit. I'll move this 1 down. That's hard to hear about, though, man. Your life is completely fucked. Wow. I'm sorry your life is completely fucked. I'm sorry. Your life is completely fucked. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll start it from there. Wrap it in bacon, coat it in hot sauce. It's going a bit far. And again, you need way more butter than that to give you diabetes. Diabetes is what happens when your cells can no longer store any sort of fats any longer. But you have, you know, the signal to store fat in your cells, which is in the form of insulin. And basically, you just can't accept any more. And then your cells stop responding to insulin. Actually, let's stack that 5 instead. Yeah, that works. It's a pretty nasty condition. I don't recommend getting it. Diabetes takes years to acquire if you don't just straight up have your pancreas excised or punched out of you. That's so American, yeah. Fried food. I mean, fried food, the number one issue with fried food is that you are taking in, because fried food is made predominantly with, what is it, safflower and canola oil and stuff of that nature. It's made in such a way that you get too much, what are they? It's a type of compound. Basically, it accelerates insulin tolerance. I forget what it's called. It has to do with what you fry the food in, is my point. It's not just, oh, this is fried food, it's terrible. Like, food that is fried predominantly in lard is actually better for you. I know that's shocking, but like, animal products, there's a certain way you gotta do them. There's a certain way you have to prepare animal products, otherwise they they become way, way, way worse for you. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I like that. Maybe some pillars spanning the gap. Oh yeah, that looks dope. Oh, whoa, whoa. Let's continue on. And then I can just stack it all this way. Two. There we go. But yes, animal products can be very troublesome to prepare correctly and do it healthily. Healthy. You know what I mean. The general consensus of, oh, well, anything animal product is bad for you, it's generally that's not true. It has to do with how it's made. Stack 12. Okay. Looking good. People on TikTok wanting Tourette's syndrome very badly. Yeah, well, TikTok is what it is. TikTok users desperately want Tourette's syndrome. I've not heard of it before now, but it doesn't surprise me. TikTok users seem to treat everything that previous generations treated as like a genuinely serious problem. They almost seem to treat it like it's a fad, like it's cool to have, Tourette's. When only a mere 3 or 4 years ago, it was cool to eat Tide Pods. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. Some people. As European food, fried food is a crime against gastronomy. No, fried food is fine. You just have to know how to do it right, and you have to be careful how you prepare it and what you're frying it in. There are better things you can fry things in that are actually genuinely good for you, like certain types of peanut oil. Like I said, once upon a time, people fried things in lard, and lard and tallow were actually really good to a degree, in moderation. I'm not saying you should just shove it down your face, like, no. But there are ways of doing it that's not so bad. Again, in moderation. But if you listen to the food Nazis, you'll be made to believe that there's nothing that can possibly come from any of this. Nothing good. Ever, ever, ever. And that's just not true. There's so much of our food source, our food supply, that we process the hell out of. And that does rob that food of some of its nutrients. So it shouldn't be too big of a shock to think that, maybe don't do that. Or maybe only pick some of the stuff that's less bad. There's a way to do it. As with most things, there's a way. The food Nazis would have you believe that meat is evil, and there's just it's reprehensible, and that there's no excuse, and blah, 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 blah. But what those people fail to understand is that our brains evolved simply because meat cooked meat, specifically, became incredibly accessible to our ancient ancestors. They discovered how to cook and prepare meat from their hunts. Because if you look at, I don't know, lions, tigers, big predators like that, they exclusively eat meat, and they're perfectly fine. And so, no, the idea of eating meat is just the worst thing ever is so uninformed and short-sighted. But again, you have to understand, our meat is very processed now. It's processed in a way that it was never processed, or that would never have been processed in the past. Like additives and things of that nature. Actually, I think I want to put this in here. And it's precisely those things, additives and so on, that cause so much more harm. I think I'll keep it like this. Then I'll put a bit of obsidian around. Pretty sure Tourette's is an overwhelming impulse. Yeah, I don't know precisely what the medical definition of Tourette's is. But it's not something you want. And it's also not something you can make yourself have. It's a neurological thing. It's not something you're just going to snap your fingers and have someday. I'm not even really sure what it causes it. Or even if we've identified what causes there might be. I don't know. People are faking autism. Yeah, there are a lot of people who fake mental illnesses for various reasons. You know, usually it's attention. If they feel like they're being snubbed, or if they're one of those types to, I don't know, compulsively lie. Stuff of that nature. That isn't uncommon. Okay, I like that. That looks beautiful. Now, how many more of these slits can I make? So that's what, 5 blocks. If I skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 5. Skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. 5. Perfect. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. What is Benadryl? It's a type of anti-allergy, antihistamine medicine. It blocks certain impulses in the autonomic nervous system, I believe it is. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I studied Benadryl. And it can make you sleepy because it blocks the same impulses that histamine would trigger, so it prevents you from sneezing due to hay fever and stuff. But if you're not careful, it can trigger basically the sleep response or something like that. That's why you can fall asleep if you take it. It's used as a sleep aid sometimes too. Nothing good happens when you take one. Oh yeah, no, don't take more than 1 or 2 Benadryls. About, when was this? So about a year ago, well, no, probably more like 9 months ago, I quit my job that I had at the this old folks' home where I worked. There was a pharmacy on the campus there at this assisted living facility. And so I worked in that pharmacy for a good 8 or so years. And I learned a lot about medicine working in that pharmacy. And for a good 6 or 7 years before our contract with these people expired, there was a hospice house that I delivered medicines to. And one of the things we used to make was called a bag. Oh, fuck. Bad bag. Okay, bad stood for Benadryl. Or is it Benadryl? No, it's Benadryl. Anyways, Benadryl, Ativan, and what was the other drug? It started with a D. Benadryl, Ativan, and die something. Fuck, I can't remember. And it was oh, maybe it was dexamethasone. No, that doesn't sound right. Oh well, regardless, it was used for, you know, patients who were, you know, end of life care, things of that nature. And there was such a high degree of Benadryl in this concoction that it would put you to sleep for like 3 or 4 hours. Easily. Just like that. You'd be out like a light. And it was precisely because it had such a high concentration of Benadryl, and I know it has a hallucinogenic side effect in some people. And yeah, it's some wacky stuff. I always felt sorry for the people I knew who'd be taking it, because they were always like, ugh. They were some ghastly people, I tell you. Oh my god, some of the things I could tell you about working in that pharmacy. Diphenhydramine, that's it. It's not Benadryl. It's diphenhydramine, thank you. It was, so what was the B? Yeah, the D stood for diphenhydramine, that was it. It was B something, Ativan diphenhydramine. It was, fuck, what was that other drug? I cannot remember now. I'm gonna have to Google that. Compounding. Well, shit. It's not telling me. Oh well. Just have to give up on it, I guess. But yes, it was, God, I wish I could just remember that last drug. I cannot think what it was named. Oh well. It wasn't that dangerous. Diphenhydramine, yeah, you're right about that. How old was I when I started Space Valk 3? Well, 32 minus 5. So I was 27 and a half. Wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. This is recessed too far back. Yeah, I was about 27 and a half when I started Space Valk 3. Okay, that's far better. So, you know, if you're in your 20s, don't give up. You too could make a Space Valk 3 of some kind, or whatever your own take on it happens to be. You know, you got, like, there's always been this undercurrent, especially among people who are in their latter 20s, and even in their 30s to some degree. There's this undercurrent of, oh my god, if I'm not doing such and such and such and such, if I've not, like, accomplished all of my life's goals by the time I'm 30, I'm a failure. No, that is wrong. You'll be very lucky to have accomplished even 1 or 2 of your life's goals by the time you hit 40, let alone 30. Like, the sheer amount of just silliness that I see regarding that. People who think that the world should be a certain way, like, they just don't get it. That is not at all how it works. Boy, how I wish it was that easy, but no, it ain't. Copy. It's nice to think, you know, oh, well, by such and such age, I'll have all this. And you see people who succeed and do so well, or do some really cool stuff or crazy things, or whatever, by the time they're aged, I don't know, insert age here. And like, you hear about people who wildly succeed at something, like Notch, for example. Great guy, or great example rather. By the time Notch was my age, he'd already made Minecraft and was about to get a literal several billion-dollar payout. Notch is really not that much older than me, honestly. When you stop to think about it, it's actually kind of scary. I think he's only like 4 or 5 years older than me, something like that. And like, don't you wish that would have been you, that you could have invented Minecraft or whatever? And so by your, you know, mid to late 20s, what the hell are you doing with your life? But see, that's a logical fallacy, though. To assume something should be this way or that way by the time I'm such and such age. Like, I wish the world worked that way. It don't. You get whatever you get. You do whatever you do, and you may or may not have a payoff. There are so many people out there who are wildly talented and by all accounts deserve equally wild success. And they have nothing to show for it. Like, this whole notion of how the world should be is just so silly. Like, you play your hand, you get the cards you're dealt in life, and you do your best with it. And it may or may not pan out for you. And you're very lucky if it pans out for you. But you're one of the lucky few if it has. And I don't know. Like, just gotta roll with the punches, take what you can get. What's it like to work in an old folks' home? Is it hard on the psyche? It can be if you're not resilient. There were a lot of my coworkers who were emotionally run down, part because of all the stuff they'd had to put up with because of COVID, partly because families are demanding, because their loved ones are fragile and they know it, and, you know, they want their loved ones to be taken care of, but they're like overly demanding, and that's not good. You can only expect so much of people. And then part of it was just, yeah, they do work with people who are on the verge of death. That's just where these people are in their life. They were born in the 1920s or 30s and are 100 or 80 or 90 or whatever. And they don't have that much life left in them. And that's just the long and short of it. And it sucks to see that, to be exposed to it day in and day out. It takes a certain kind of extreme level of care to be able to do, especially with hospice, to be able to do that kind of work and just not die on the inside. And I'm sure some of them do. That's the thing. Some of them do probably get into that line of work, and they do die on the inside a little bit here or there every day. And I wouldn't even want to know what that's like. Oh, fuck. I messed something up. Ooh. Wait a sec. How did I goof that badly? How tall is this? That's 20 blocks tall. Oh. $20. Well, I could shave off 10 blocks off this. Somehow. But yeah, seeing people who, especially older people who you've grown attached to. Because you can't not grow attached to people. That's no way to live your life. That's no way to live in general. You have to form relationships and develop connections to people. You don't get a choice. If you're any kind of normal person, you don't get a choice in that matter. And so, knowing and meeting elderly people you know will likely be dead within the next year or 2, or 5, or whatever. It does take its toll on you. It really, truly does. Some people, I don't know how they cope, but some of them can. I was one of them. You learn how to accept the things you can't change. It isn't easy, but you do learn. Oh, fuck. Undo. Getting the idea that this person may not be here next week. Or next month, even. Undo. Let's move that 3 down. Yeah, that's much better. Like, it hurts to know that someone, especially people who were not so sick or not frail looking, you didn't feel like they were going to pass away, but then suddenly they do. That was just like, I was thrown for a loop repeatedly over the course of like 4 or 5 years because that is the exact thing that happened. Person A, whom you knew, and so you saw them in the hallway. You'd talk to them. You'd wave at them. They'd discuss their children, their grandchildren, whatever else was going on in their life. And they were nice, happy, congenial people, and you enjoyed being with them. You enjoyed knowing them. To a degree, they were like your own grandparents, and you just... It won't ever change. It'll always be this way. And then you're sucker punched. And it's not that way. Because it was never that way. You just bought into the idea that it would be that way. 20. Perfect. And like, there were just so many people whom I know would have ended up being, you know, blindsided in that manner. It's not something you can prepare yourself for easily. You just kind of learn to deal with the idea that death is omnipresent. It really is. Like, that's a hard thing for young people to accept and understand and wrap their head around. That death is truly omnipresent, and you're here for as long as you get to be here. You're not actually here because you deserve to be, or because life is just the way it is. Like, life will always be this way because life will always be this way. Like, no. You buy into the illusion that life is ever present, but it isn't. And that gets easier to accept as you get older. But, like, it's hard. It really is hard for people to wrap their head around this idea. Here today, gone tomorrow. Just, you'll either accept it or you won't. And there's very little I can do to change your mind. You're too busy to be a highway slave. Not quite sure what you mean by a highway slave, but okay. Millions of obsidian forever, oh yeah. Okay. I gotta change all these. Seeing how Notch ended up, you don't know if you wish to invent Minecraft. Yeah, that might not be too far off the mark, honestly. Let's get rid of that. I don't know. I wonder if Notch is actually fine and people just assume too much, and then he's actually not in any real dire straits at all. And then he just like to shitpost and troll on Twitter. Because let's face it, what else would you realistically want to do with Twitter? Like, if you're not going to go there and shitpost and troll, why bother? I feel like Twitter's use is very limited anyway. Kind of feel, sorry, yeah, Minecraft totally ditched Notch in C418. Oh, did they ever? What a shame, too. He had some great music. Oh, fuck. Undo. What are my PC specs? How do I get good at building? Will I return to 2v2t? You think you're funny, Mike. You're only slightly more amusing than a normal 15-year-old. That's why I keep you around. Anyway, your aunt started to develop dementia. Eventually, she ended up in the hospital for a different reason. When you visited her, she couldn't even talk, but it got excited. Ah, good. I'm glad she could at least recognize you, to a degree. I've seen... Oh, fuck. I've seen more dementia cases than I care to admit. It really is a sad thing to watch. Someone you thought, oh, well, they're just someone I know. They're just a person. And then they slowly turn into a person who, at best, can walk around on their own, and maybe that's it. And then they turn into a mess, and then they can't get out of bed, and it's just... To watch that progression just tears you up inside. I know how you feel, man. I know. Here's hoping something can be done about dementia one day. Death is scary is what it is. People at my age do so many dumb things and not realize how that... Yes, I know. I wouldn't say death is scary, though. That's oddly enough something I've come to accept, is that I'd like to think of it as more of an adventure. You don't really fully know, nobody does, what's waiting beyond, if anything. And so, you know, maybe being scared of it is just human instinct, but not necessarily the right instinct. So who knows? But yes, the amount of people who take silly risks, foolish risks. Oh my god, so many foolish risks. It is eye-opening, to say the least. They're definitely people you wanna slap upside the head and you wonder what the hell they're thinking. Okay, that's still 20. Okay. Cool. So I just bought myself another 10 blocks of additional height here. Oh, that's not long enough. Whoops. But yes, I remember working to fix the enlarge the highway systems on 2B2T. Ah, that's what you meant. Well, I don't blame you for not wanting to be a highway slave in that case. That's such a tedious job. I can't see how people want to do that stuff. Start playing TF2. Ah. You are an HWU member. Ah. Sometimes you think about death and how it's the gateway to escape life. You're just a kid, so who knows? I wouldn't sell yourself short, static SFS. You never ever think about dying. Yeah, you're a little too young to be, in all honesty. One thing that overcome death is knowing you will be remembered. Maybe. It may not matter, but who knows? Oopsie. There we go. Hold on a sec. Oh no, my GeForce driver wants to update itself. What the fuck? Why did I... Please just, like, do this on an update or on a restart or something. Please don't fuck up my stream, GeForce. Why are you doing this now? Enter your email to log in and create a GeForce NVIDIA account. Why would I do that? Okay, well, apparently it's not going to fuck anything up, so whatever. That was stupid. I don't know why that thing popped up, but oh well. At any rate... Okay, in all honesty, though, this is looking very promising. I'm going to copy these. Put them down one block. Or one section lower, you know, something like that. It's tedious, true, but it's very cool when you see how long the highway is extended. So how large are you extending it to? Update my drivers. Okay, I will, jeez. What is the extension plan? Like, how do you guys determine what needs to be fixed, filled, expanded, etc.? Update my BIOS. Fuck off, Mike. It's tedious, true. Yeah. Happy that I have 12 point... Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten more subs. Oh, and by the way, that's another thing I meant to say. Thank you all for doing that, for subscribing to me. I never really mentioned subscribe, all that other shit. Because I feel like it's so obtuse. Like, it detracts from what I'm doing and saying. And, like, it really kind of ruins the experience to mention, oh, press the subscribe button, like every other idiot out there. But, like, I really do appreciate that people actually take their time and subscribe to me. So thank you all so much for at least sticking with me. And even if you aren't subscribed, thank you for just watching me in general. If you got this far, cool. You're someone with taste. I like you. Speak up and comment or talk in chat or whatever. Or don't. Whichever. It doesn't matter to me what you do, but I don't mind getting to know people or anything of that nature. Whatever you want to do, I'm appreciative regardless. If you're here, I'm happy that you're here. So yeah, I never really mention that. I never say that. I probably should. But like I said, I always feel like saying stuff, you know, subscribe for this, subscribe for that. Like, that's so fucking tacky. You know what I mean? I cannot stand that. I can't stand it when others say it. And I know there's like a, what is that, call to action or whatever they fucking call it. Yeah, sure, I guess. Some people do appreciate the call to action or whatever. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always felt obnoxious to me, that call to action, as they call it. It's never felt genuine. It's always felt like there's an ulterior motive behind it. I can't stand it. I really can't. Like, I'm not gonna fucking do it. So for those of you who care and have actually subscribed out of your own free will, you guys are what matter. You're the ones who really, like, make me feel like this is something worth doing, you know? I don't know how to put it right. I'm sure I'm stumbling over my words, but yes. Well, thank you, Sam. What year did I start building in? Oh, God, like 2012, 2013? This base I started building in 2017. But just building in general, like, that's an endeavor I've been doing since... Hell, since like 2010. Yeah, I've actually probably been building since 2010, now that I think about it. So that's what, 7 stack 2. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, 8. Damn it. 7, 7, 7. That is not... Oh, that's right, because it's an even number, isn't it? Or is it? This shouldn't be an even number. This should be 31. Or no, is it 32? Yeah, it's 32 because the base obsidian square is 30. Because it takes 2 on either side to wrap around. So yeah, it's 32. Shit. Okay, well, whatever. I'll sort this out later. I think we've gone on long enough for one day. I'll do my little run around of the place. You don't remember where you read it, but telling people to subscribe does work. Really? Great. I have to shill. I hate that. That's just terrible. Depends on the vote of the members, but X plus has been paved to the world border, and Z and X minus and positive have been paved 1 million. And all diagonals have been paved 1 million, and the 50K, 125, and 250 have been completely paved. God. Jesus, you guys have paved all this in what, obsidian? Oh, Roman numeral CXIII is 113. Yeah, I should probably, like, start saying that and pinning it as a comment. No, it's 113. We're past 112. 112 was day before yesterday. But yeah. Damn. You guys, you highway people are like... If you guys all stopped doing a highway and just, like... I don't know, did any big base project, you could easily make the next Mew or Space Valk 3. Or, what was that ice dragon? Nibelheim? No, that doesn't sound right. Somethingheim. Frostheim? What was that frost dragon that Doc Smurf and his group made? I can't remember the name of it. Niflheim? Something like that. That sounds familiar. But anyway, so yes, back to Space Valk 3. So this is everything thus far on the city. Yeah, the highway people are dedicated. Gotta go. Good night. Okay, take care, Sam. Base can be griefed. The highway is harder to grief. You're very true. Very right on that. Very based and red-pilled. Highways are notoriously difficult to really fuck up. But those who have the most distilled of autism can definitely do it. I mean, you just have to wither it enough. And highways are way harder to destroy. But if people wander across the highways enough, they can definitely be destroyed. Yeah, like, why make roads when you can build obelisks? Nobody destroys obelisks. Nobody likes obelisks, yeah. When do I feel like it will be complete? Space Valk 3 will be complete when all this external area here, you see how empty some of these spaces are? Like right here. Hold on, let me find the right height. to hover at. There we go. You see how all this empty space exists here? I'm gradually beginning to fill it all in. But, like, it's going to take a year to fill all this empty space in. Because when I filled all this in and then I've done all the internal bits for all the buildings that have yet to be internally developed, then it will be complete. Maybe. Depending on how I feel, depending on what more I wish to put on. But there will come a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. Why does this set in a... whatever. What was the command? Limit. Clear history? I think it was. So yeah, something like this. So I'm getting lots of larger buildings and stuff put in places, and that's definitely going to be a thing. And I'm definitely going to help, you know, add on to more. And, you know, it will be done at some point, don't worry. It's just going to take time. Everything good takes time. You want to do it right, it takes time. So yeah. Remember when a giant frame around the screen in the earlier streams? Oh yeah. You have a really beefy computer? Yes, I have a GeForce RTX 3070 PCI and all that other stuff. NVIDIA, blah, 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 blah. A CPU. Stuff of this nature. So yeah. Other than that... There we go. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching me. Thank you all to those who donate. So far it's just Poncho Hamster, and occasionally it's Exabyte? No, what's his name? Oh my god, I cannot remember his name. Fuck, I'm so sorry I cannot remember his name. I'm blanking hard right now. Regardless, thank you all so much for showing up and watching me throw together this Arc de Triomphe inspired arch that I came up with. We'll add on more to it. What's today? So, I don't know. Sometime soon. We'll do more of this, I promise. Thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you all for watching me. Thank you all to those who donated, and I'll catch you all tomorrow for Hardcore. Osmobite, that's his name. Thank you so much, Quasi Stellar. Yes, thank you especially to Osmobite and Poncho Hamster. Y'all are the MVPs. Y'all keep me going. Y'all have a good night. Bye. Oh yeah, stay safe. Have a good one.